Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you my TNA Impact Wrestling review for June 24th, 2015. And I haven't actually watched the show yet, but it's about to come on. And it's going to be the live special, even though it's not going to be live for me because it's like midnight and the show normally comes on at 9. But the reason why I didn't watch it is because I went swimming, so I figured it was worth missing. But I am looking forward to it. I can't wait to see the Dirty Heels, which consists of Austin Aries and Bobby Roode, versus the Wolves, which consists of Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards, in the Full Metal Mayhem match, and the best of 3 and the best of 5 tag team series match number 3. I can't wait to see who Kurt Angle faces tonight. I can't wait to see Velvet Sky versus Angelina Love, the Triple Threat X Division match. For the X Division Championship between Grado, Low-Ki, and Tigre Uno. And I just can't wait to watch TNA tonight. It looks like it's going to be a really good show. Bram's going to call out somebody else from the past. Hopefully it's somebody better this time, but I can't wait to see what happens. So we're going to have to wait and see, but that's pretty much it. So I'll be back to give you updates as it goes to commercial. Okay, so we get the Pope D'Angelo De Niro and Josh Matthews on commentary for the show, and they're actually not like in like the commentators like little room that they go to. They're actually like outside, ringside, where the commentators usually are in wrestling. And it kicks off with Ethan Carter III, EC3 for short, and Tyrus backstage. And Jeremy Borash tries to interview him and ask who EC3 chose for Kurt Angle's opponent for tonight. And EC3 said that he chose somebody that's a legend in the wrestling business. So we're going to have to wait and see who that is. And then Kurt Angle comes out, and he just wants EC3 to bring out his opponent. And he also says that he's going to make EC3 tap out in their TNA World Heavyweight Championship match next week, because they're going to have a match, Kurt Angle defending the TNA World Heavyweight Championship against EC3, bell to bell. And then EC3 and Tyrus come out, and EC3 says that he is one of the best that this company has to offer. And the one thing that he has that Kurt Angle's past opponents has, and that Kurt Angle doesn't have, is that he's undefeated. And he says that he's beaten all the greats that TNA's had to offer. And then Kurt Angle says that he's going to do two things. He's going to make he says that he's obsessed, not with the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, but with himself. And he says that Dixie Carter and Tyrus can't save him anymore. And he says that he's going to make EC3 tap out and his opponent tonight tap out. And then EC3 brings out Kurt Angle's opponent for tonight, and EC3 ended up picking Matt Hardy, which should be a pretty decent match. I thought it was going to be, Jeff Hardy, but I can't wait to see how Kurt Angle and Matt Hardy work a match. But that's all that's happened. I didn't mind the opening segment. I thought it was pretty good, but let's see what happens next on TNA. Okay, so we get the first match on the show. It's Grado versus Low-Ki versus Tigre Uno in an elimination match for the vacant X Division Championship. This match was pretty good. Tigre Uno hits a sick Hurricanrana like face and sends Low-Ki like face first into the mat. Tigre Uno tries to slam Grado, but then Grado's too fat, so then Grado slams Low-Ki instead. And then Low-Ki beats the crap out of Grado, and then eventually he does the face, and then Tigre Uno hits a drop kick on Low-Ki on the outside. Grado tries to go off the top on Tigre Uno, but then Low-Ki pushes him off, and he hits the Warrior's Way on Grado, eliminates him, which I was really happy about, because I really did not want Grado to win this match and become the new X Division champion, so I'm happy about that. So then it's down to Low-Ki and Tigre Uno, and Tigre Uno hits a head scissors off the hits a Hurricanrana off the turnbuckle on Low-Ki, which I thought was a sick spot. And then eventually he hits the the 450 moonsault on I think it's called, on Low-Ki for the win. And Tigre Uno becomes the brand new X Division champion, which I was happy about. I actually didn't think he was going to win. I thought Low-Ki was going to win this match. But I'm not going to complain that Tigre Uno won. I like Tigre Uno. And afterwards, Chrissy Hemme gets in the ring and interviews him. And Tigre Uno says a lot of things in Spanish, but the thing I did understand that he said was that this was the greatest night of his life. So I'm happy that Grado. No, well, that's a big boss. I'm not happy. I'm happy Grado lost. But I'm happy Tigre Uno went over. I think he could do some good things with the X Division Championship. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. And then backstage, Jeremy Borash is talking some shit about like what's gonna happen on the show. And then Bram comes up and pretty much says that he's gonna call out each and every night. He's gonna call out some past TNA wrestlers, and he says that whoever wants to get their ass kicked show up. And then we see somebody put their hand on the and they were like wearing a glove too on the Jeremy Borash, and Jeremy Borash says, "Oh, it's time." So I wonder if it is who I think it is. I'm not sure yet, but we're gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, that's the show. So so far the show's been pretty good so far.
Alright, so I'm back to my laptop now because my phone wasn't having good high quality and my laptop's now done charging. So now you get to see me in a better view. So the next thing that happens is the beautiful people, not the beautiful people. The Dollhouse. That's what their names are. I just had like a huge brain fart right there. But the Dollhouse, which consists of Taryn Terrell, Jade, and Marty Bell, cut a promo backstage, and Taryn Terrell talks about how she's not happy with Marty and Jade because she since they lost the match last week, now she has to defend the TNA Knockouts Championship, which, by the way, Taryn Terrell is now at 200 and I think like 19 days or something. She pretty much is now the longest reigning Knockouts champion, which is pretty cool. But she said that she's not happy that she has to defend her championship against Brooke and Awesome Khan in a triple threat match. And they try to apologize, but Taryn Terrell says, "You can apologize to me by helping me beat the crap out of Awesome Khan and Brooke this Sunday at Slammiversary, because we're having that pay-per-view this Sunday, which I will watch." And Taryn Terrell, because they talk, and then Jade and Marty Bell talk about how they're gonna whip, how they're just gonna pretty much destroy Awesome Khan and Brooke. And yeah, because they announced it's going to be the Dollhouse versus Brooke and Awesome Khan in a 3-on-2 handicap match, which I'm fine with. Then we get Angelina Love versus Velvet Sky, the people that were in the Beautiful People. And Angelina Love says that to get your job back in Impact Wrestling, all you have to do is beat me, which is not going to happen. So the Velvet Sky comes out to new music. It's kind of like Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme song, except it's not. It was pretty cool. I like her gimmick. And Velvet Sky just starts the match by beating the absolute shit out of Angelina Love. She throws her outside the ring, throws her into the steel post, throws her into the steel steps. Then she tries to get back in the ring. Angelina Love hits a drop kick on Velvet Sky, and she dominates the match for a while, hits a sidewalk slam. Then Angelina Love makes her comeback. And Velvet Sky makes her comeback, and then Angelina Love hits like a face first stunner move on Velvet Sky. It looked really cool, and she kicked out of it. Then she goes for the brogue kick. I don't know what, like the bicycle kick. I don't know what her finish is called. And Velvet Sky ducks and hits a stunner for the win, so she has a drop back in TNA. I thought this match was really good because they had a purpose of happening, because they were both tag team partners, and I like Velvet Sky's new gimmick, so I thought the match was pretty good. And then the Dirty Heels get interviewed. And the camera work, by the way, for this interview was absolute shit, I thought, but that's just me. And Austin Aries says that he looked back at his wrestling training camp days, and he never had to learn how to use tables, ladders, or chairs. Um, and Bobby Roode said that the Wolves think that just because you add this stipulation doesn't mean that you're one step ahead of us. They said that they're going to do whatever it takes to win tonight and become the new TNA World Tag Team Champions. And then that was really it. I thought the promo was pretty good, and I can't wait to see the Full Metal Mayhem match, which is next, so I can't wait to see that. And yeah, this was pretty good stuff by TNA here. Okay, this part of TNA was fucking awesome. So MVP's backstage, and somebody asked him where the BDC have been, which stands for Beatdown Clan. And the people that are in that group are MVP, Kenny Ken, and Loki. And he says that the BDC haven't been hiding. They're not disbanding. They're just buying their time, and they're just trying to think of strategy right now. They said that every time the BDC's been in the win, everybody's been begging mercy at their feet. They said that they've been having some trouble with the Rising, which consists of Drew Galloway, Eli Drake, and Micah. And he says that they're going to take down the Rising or something. I don't really remember anything else he says. So then we get the Full Metal Mayhem match. It's the Wolves versus the Dirty Heroes, and this is in the best of 5 tag team series match. This is the 4th match of the series. I botched earlier and said the 3rd, but it's actually the 4th match. And this match was awesome. They start by doing some chain grapples, and the Wolves hit a drop toe hold and an elbow on the Bobby Roode, and then they Dirty Heroes just kind of leave the ring. And then the Dirty Heroes grab chairs, and the Wolves also grab chairs, and they start swinging the chairs at each other, and it hurts the Dirty Heroes' hands, so they kind of leave the ring. And then the Dirty Heroes sit down in the onto some steel chairs, and the Wolves go to dive on them, and the Dirty Heroes throw a ladder right in their face. That was a good spot. And then afterwards, the Dirty Heroes dominate the Wolves. They hit some wrestling holds on them, and then one cool spot in the match was Bobby Roode hit a slingshot onto Davey Richards, and Austin Aries hit him right off the head with a trash can lid. That was awesome. And then he goes off the top and does like an elbow while holding the trash can lid. That was a really good spot. The Dirty Heroes attack him with chairs, and then the Dirty Heroes stack up a couple of chairs, and they do like headlocks to the Wolves while sitting down in the steel chairs. That was something unique. That was something I had never seen before. And then they set a ladder up in the corner, and then the Dirty Heroes throw the Wolves into it, and then Bobby Roode throws Austin Aries into it, and he hits a drop kick on the Wolves while they're in it. Then Austin Aries goes to throw Eddie Edwards in the corner at Bobby Roode so he can do a spine buster. But Eddie Edwards hits a heel kick on him, which was really cool. And then Davey Richards hits a arm drag onto Austin Aries into the ladder. And then the Wolves start beating the crap out of the Dirty Heroes. That's my Facebook going off. It always happens. And then the Wolves hit 3 suicide dives on the Dirty Heroes. And then they grab chairs and a trash can lid, and they keep hitting the Dirty Heroes with in the ribs with the chair and off the head, which was really cool. And then what else happens next? They beat the crap out of the Dirty Heroes some more. What was a good spot in it? I think Eddie Edwards went off the top and hit a double stomp onto Bobby Roode's back while there was a chair there. That was really cool. And then Davey Richards grabs a steel chain and he wraps it around his ankle, which was really cool. And then Austin Aries hits a suicide dive on Eddie Edwards. Then the Dirty Heroes Bobby Roode hits a power bomb on I believe it was Davey Richards, while Austin Aries hits a missile drop kick through the table. That was really cool. Then the Wolves, Eddie Edwards does like the sit down suplex, and while he's doing that, Davey Richards hits him in the back with the trash can lid, and then Austin Aries gets Eddie Edwards into the Davey Richards into the last chancery, and Eddie Edwards runs in and hits him in the back and hits him with the trash can and break it up. Then this was just so good. Eventually, Austin Aries gets his head into the trash can, and the Wolves hit him off the head hit him with the trash can like several times. And then the Wolves go off the top turnbuckle and hit a double drop kick right into Austin Aries in the corner while there's a trash can on his head. And then they go to do like the powerbomb backstabber move while there's a trash can on his head. But then Bobby Roode breaks it up. He hits Davey Richards with the chair. And then Bobby Roode low blows Eddie Edwards and rolls him up for the win. And the Dirty Heels get the fall, and they win the fourth match of the series. So now the Dirty Heels are even 2-2 apiece. They're tied, which I think is really awesome. I thought this match was fantastic. It's totally worth checking out. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Really good match. Next, Matt Hardy gets interviewed, and he says he wants to have this match with Kurt Angle tonight because he wants to prove that he's better than ever. He's on his game. And Matt Hardy wants to be the next TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And he says he doesn't like EC3, and EC3 comes up and says that he could face him after he beats Kurt Angle next week for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And then Matt Hardy says that he doesn't like EC3, and he says that either you're going to be known next week as the guy that made history, won the TNA World title, or the guy that Kurt Angle made tap out, and then that was about it. EC3 just walks away. I thought this was cool. And then, as the commentators are just hyping up the show, I know we don't mention this, but he's the Pope D'Angelo was like, "Whoa, what's that?" And who do we see? Who returns? None other than Jeff Jarrett and Karen Jarrett, which was awesome. Jeff Jarrett comes out wearing a Global Force Wrestling T-shirt because him and Karen Jarrett started that company. And Jeff Jarrett gets on the mic and he talks about how he has Global Force Wrestling going on, so he never expected to be back in a TNA win ever again. And then he says that the reason this happened is because management called him when he was about to go on the airport, and he said they sent him like a text or something, and Jeff Jarrett originally wasn't going to reply, but then he did, and then he got a phone call, and he wanted him to come back and wrestle a match at Slammiversary this Sunday, in the Canada Mountain match, the match that Jeff Jarrett created. Jeff Jarrett wasn't really sure about it because he really wanted to just kind of move on from TNA. He wanted to go on and do his own thing. He's been trying to get this Global Force Wrestling thing over since April 17th, 2014 of last year. And he said that, he thought that him and TNA weren't really in a good position because of all the arguments that they have had. And he was worried about Karen Jarrett, and he also talks too about all the good moments that TNA has had, which was really cool. And Karen Jarrett says that she was concerned because of Jeff Jarrett. Said that she doesn't understand why he wants to do this. She said this is a company that Jeff Jarrett and his father have built since 2002. And then she said that as she was signing contracts with the Global Force Wrestling roster, and Jeff Jarrett even said too, by the way, that he was worried how Global Force Wrestling would feel about this because he won't even wrestle a match for his organization. And he says that he's wondering how the roster is going to feel about it. And he said that Jarrett said that he was talking to Sanjay Dutt, and he says that he has to go out like a blaze of glory, pretty much, because Jeff Jarrett felt like he didn't leave TNA very good on a good note. He said that he left because Sting fired him in a backstage segment. So Jeff Jarrett needs to leave in a blaze of glory. And Jeff Jarrett then grabs the mic and he says, I'm going to go into Slammiversary this Sunday, and I'm going to go into my match, the match I created, King of the Mountain, and become King of the Mountain. And that was it. This whole thing was awesome. The Full Metal Mayhem tag team match, and Jeff Jarrett returning. That was awesome. I marked out for that. I was not expecting that, but yeah, that's awesome. This makes me look forward to watching Slammiversary now, so I'm really happy about that. Okay, next, Bram has like his little open challenge where he challenges any past TNA superstar to come out and wrestle him, and it ends up being Vader. I was still marked out for it, but it was already kind of spoiled earlier because of that whole segment with Jeremy Borash and stuff like that. But it was still cool. I didn't even know Vader went to TNA, actually, not gonna lie, because I haven't watched TNA that much, you know, back then. But it was pretty cool. Nice little match here. It wasn't like anything special, but it was still cool to see Vader. I was popping for that. I think I was kind of still marking out over the Jeff Jarrett situation too. So, but during the match, Bram ends up taking his mask off. Vader's mask off. So then Vader kind of goes off on him. He hits the Vader bomb on Bram, and then he tries to cover him, but Bram gets his foot on the rope before he can get to the 3 count. And then Bram grabs like the turnbuckle tool that he likes to use, and Bram hits Vader with it, and he starts attacking him with it. The thing and he gets disqualified too. Vader wins by disqualification. The thing I don't get is I thought that Bram said he could have every match of every one of these matches could be like no disqualification, so I didn't get that. But whatever. And then afterwards, Matt Morgan returns, and he hits a throw on he hits a fall away throw on Bram, and he clotheslines him outside the ring, and Bram gets left laying, and Matt Morgan and Vader are left standing tall. Even though I wasn't a huge Matt Morgan fan, I still kind of popped. I'm not a huge Matt Morgan fan though, but this was all pretty cool. I thought this was pretty cool stuff. Okay, so the next match we get is Eric Young versus Chris Melendez. I liked the feud going into this match. I thought they had a purpose for fighting because Eric Young had ripped his leg off. I mean, if somebody ripped my fake leg off, I'd be pretty pissed too. I liked the match here. It made Eric Young look really strong. He hits a DDT and a sick neck breaker. I thought that was cool. And then eventually he hits a pile driver on Chris Melendez for the win. So I thought the match was fine. And yeah, this was all very good stuff. I thought it made Eric Young look really strong. Okay, so they come back to the show and we see that the BDC and the Rising are just having a brawl right now. Drew Galloway's brawling with Loki. Micah's brawling with MVP. And Eli Drake is brawling with Kenny King. I think I have it right. And it was a fine brawl, I guess. I'm just not really into this whole feud because I don't really like both factions. I've talked about it before. And during the brawl, Hernandez comes out and he takes out the Rising, and MVP introduces Hernandez as a new member of the Rising. No, of the BDC. I didn't really like this just because they should just get rid of these stables. I don't like these stables. This was just not for me.
Okay, so now we have the main event. Matt Hardy versus Kurt Angle. I thought this match was solid. Matt Hardy hits a sick neck breaker right in the beginning, and then he hits one coming off hits a neck breaker while Kurt Angle's like on the middle turnbuckle, which was really cool. And then Kurt Angle hits a wicked throw right onto Matt Hardy. That was cool. And they start exchanging blows with each other. Then Kurt Angle hits 3 German suplexes on Matt Hardy, hits him with an angle slam. Matt Hardy kicks out. Then Matt Hardy hits 3 side effects on Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle kicked out of all of them. And then Kurt Angle go ahead and an ankle lock on Matt Hardy. And Matt Hardy countered with a roll-up. Kurt Angle kicked out, and then Matt Hardy went for something that looked like it was going to be like a sleeper hold, but it was kind of a bot, so I didn't really get that. But Kurt Angle kicked out of that. And then Matt Hardy hit a twist of fate. Kurt Angle kicked out of it. Then Kurt Angle got up Matt Hardy in the ankle lock in the grapevine style, and Matt Hardy tapped out. Kurt Angle won the match. I thought the match was really solid. It was a pretty good match. And then afterwards, EC3 and Tyrus run in and beat the crap out of Kurt Angle, and Matt Hardy punches EC3 in the face, and then Tyrus forces his thumb right into Matt Hardy's throat, and then Kurt Angle hits an angle slam on Tyrus, and then Kurt Angle gets EC3 into the ankle lock, and EC3 taps out to end the show. So that was the end of TNA this week. TNA was awesome this week. I have to say TNA was probably the best wrestling show this week. I liked pretty much everything except the BDC, Dirty Heels Brawl, the promo between the Dollhouse, and MVP's promo backstage. But everything else, Jeff Jarrett returning, the Full Metal Mayhem match, Eric Young versus Chris Melendez was pretty good. The opening segment with Kurt Angle and EC3, and then the match itself between Kurt Angle and Matt Hardy, and the backstage segment between Matt Hardy and EC3 was good. What else was good? I think that's it. The Triple Threat X Division Championship match was good between Tigre Uno, Loki, and Grado, and the match between Velvet Sky and Angelina Love was solid. So I thought TNA was awesome this week. It was really good, and it made me kind of look forward to Slammiversary this Sunday, so that's good. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'll be back at some point in time to give you another video. You can click right there to subscribe, and that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.